Okay, class, let us see mechanical properties depending on orientation. So, how does orientation influence mechanical properties? Mechanical properties depend directly upon the relationship between the axis of orientation of the polymer molecules and the axis of mechanical stress upon this molecule. Okay, so we know about the axis of orientation, right? Like I already explained you the axis of orientation. Monoaxial stretching produces bundle or rods of parallel molecules and is of particular importance in all fibers and some film particularly. So if this is the polymer and if I stretch it from this direction, all the molecules will run in the direction parallel to the direction of the mechanical stress. Okay, so that same thing is saying in terms of mechanical properties here that depend directly upon the relationship between the axis of orientation of polymers molecules and the axis of mechanical stress. Suppose reversible mechanical properties. Reversible mechanical properties such as modulus. Modulus, stress upon strain, stiffness, how hard it is, increase in the direction of the orientation. So suppose they are in x-axis, all the molecules are oriented in the x-axis. So modulus will also increase in this direction. Also stiffness will also increase. Conversely, in the direction perpendicular to the axis of orientation, modulus decrease and flexibility increase. So here, in this direction, this is perpendicular to the direction of the orientation. So in this direction, the modulus decreases and flexibility increases. That means stiffness decreases. Because stress along the axis of orientation of the polymer molecules is applied against the strong covalent bonds. So if you are applying stress and it is along the axis of orientation, then it is applied against the strong covalent bonds. Covalent bonds are so strong, that's why the modulus increases and stiffness also increases within the polymer. Whereas the stress perpendicular to the axis of orientation is applied only against the weak secondary forces. So here the stress will be applied only to the weak secondary forces between the polymer molecules. This effect are important. Therefore, the modulus decreases and the flexibility increases. These effects are upon important to the toughness and flexibility of most films and all fibers. The ultimate tensile strength. Ultimate tensile strength generally increases significantly in the direction of orientation and decreases perpendicular to it. So ultimate tensile strength is also the same, increases in the direction of orientation and decreases in the direction perpendicular to it. For the same reason. The changes in tensile strength may also be due to the fact that stress concentrators such as microscopic or submicroscopic flaws become parallel to the axis of orientation. So when stress is applied along the same axis, no longer tends to pull them apart. So all the flaws are like parallel to the axis of orientation, therefore it no longer pulls them apart because it is in the axis of rotation, orientation. Whereas perpendicular to this axis, it pulls them apart. All those flaws are pulled apart. So therefore the ultimate tensile strength also decreases in the direction perpendicular. Here you can see the tenacity and this G. So viscous rayon poorly oriented is very low, moderately oriented is slightly higher, highly oriented even more higher. Same is for acetate rayon, extremely oriented tenacity pounds per square inch. It is low for poorly oriented, moderately oriented it is slightly higher, and highly oriented is very high. And then biaxial orientation of polystyrene and polymethyl methacrylate sheet. So unoriented ones are quite low, biaxially oriented much more higher than this one. Tensile strength is higher in polystyrene. Elongation to break also higher. Impact strength greater than very greater, because here it is only 0.25 and 0.5, here it is still 2. Methyl methacrylate unoriented same, low, biaxially oriented high, all values are high. Now here relative changes in young modulus of highly oriented polymer. So modulus is parallel to the chain. Modulus, if you see parallel to the axis of orientation, modulus of unoriented polymer, so it is quite high. And modulus perpendicular to the chain, modulus of unoriented polymer, quite low. So you can see all these properties are increasing in the direction of orientation, but in the direction perpendicular to the orientation, they are decreasing. Monoaxial orientation of cellophane film. Angle between the direction of stretching and a given direction of the film. Before stretching, after stretching. So you can see improvement of tensile strength has great practical value in most application of films and fiber. So once the stretching is done, it has increased. Tenacity has increased. Ultimate elongation. The effect of orientation upon ultimate elongation are more complex. Moderate orientation, particularly in rigid amorphous polymers like polystyrene, increases ductility and ultimate elongation markedly in the direction of orientation and decreases in the transverse direction. Highly high degrees of orientation and orientation of ductile polymers can have the opposite. So don't go in much detail on this, but effect. In these later effects, orientation has already used up much of the inherent extensibility of the polymer, whereas transfer elongation can still occur by deorientation and reorientation in the direction of transfer surface. Impact strength. Axial orientation increases impact strength significantly, and thus is very useful in most film applications. So effect of orientation upon elongation. Linear stretch during orientation at 400 degrees. Ultimate elongation of stretch film. High impact styrene and ABS polymer. So linear stretch during orientation. So as the linear stretch increases, the high impact of styrene also increases. Ultimate elongation of high impact styrene. No, it decreases. So effect of orientation upon ultimate elongation. So orientation increases impact strength significantly and thus very useful for film application. The mechanism of orientation in fiber film such as abrasion resistance and during repeated flexure generally becomes worse due to orientation. All these effects in accordance of the fundamental mechanism already discussed. So here you can see linear stretch during orientation. So linear is only in one direction, but impact strength increases when, okay, this is ultimate elongation is talking about. Okay, yeah, okay, just a minute. Yeah. The effects of orientation upon ultimate elongation are more complex. Moderate orientation, particularly in rigid amorphous polymers like polystyrene, increases ultimate elongation markedly in the direction of orientation, decreases in the transfer. High degree of orientation and orientation of ductile polymers can have the opposite effect. Yeah. So high degree of orientation can have the opposite effect. In the later effect, orientation has already used up much of the inherent extensibility of the polymer, whereas transfer elongation can still occur by the deorientation and orientation in the direction of transfer stress. So linear stress is only 10%. Then high degree of stretch is there, high degree of orientation. So as the degree of orientation increases, the ultimate elongation has a reverse effect. And you can see that the ultimate elongation is decreasing. Now it's talking about impact strength. Biaxial orientation increases impact strength significantly and thus very useful in most film application. The mechanism of orientation in fibers and film, such as abrasion resistance and fibrillation and delamination during repeated flexure, generally become worse due to orientation. All these effects are in accordance with the same fundamental mechanism already discussed. Okay, thermal properties. Dimensional stability. Orientation decreases dimensional stability at higher temperature. So because of orientation at higher temperature, dimensional stability is disturbed because the molecules have been stretched. This is the forming temperature, this is shrinkage. Temperature increases, unplasticized polyvinyl chloride, this is vinyl chloride, acetate copolymer, this is polyvinyl chloride, plasticized. So hot shrinkage of oriented rigid polyvinyl sheet. The effect of biaxial stretching 20 to 25% on the dimensional stability of rigid vinyl sheet. Shrinkage after 100 hours exposure at 165. Here, shrinkage is increased considerably. So higher temperature, dimensional stability problem means shrinkage occurs because the molecules have been stretched into a statistically improbable conformation of thermodynamically high energy level. On rewarming, they tend to retract to their original randomly coiled conformation as soon as they acquire sufficient mobility, disorienting to a lower energy and higher entropy level. This makes them deform and distort at lower temperature than unoriented materials and causes them to shrink back toward their original size and shape of removal. On the other hand, it can be useful in the production of shrink films, which is first stretched and oriented, then chilled below the TG, used for packaging and finally reheated above TG, permitting to shrink tightly around the object wrapped in it. For making shrink films, this is used. TG. Effects of orientation on TG vary with the type of test and test conditions. Generally, orientation restrains molecular mobility and increases TG somewhat. On the other hand, disorientation above the TG produces more complex effects on properties than are observed in simple amorphous polymers. Okay, so generally orientation increases TG and disorientation produces complex effects on properties. Coefficient of thermal expansion. Coefficient of linear thermal expansion decreases parallel to the axis of orientation. Okay, coefficient of thermal expansion decreases in the direction parallel to the axis of orientation and increases perpendicular to it. Consequently, their resulting coefficient of volumetric thermal expansion alpha hardly changes at all for an incompressible material. So this is the mathematical formula you don't have to remember. But coefficient of thermal expansion is nothing but how much it is expanding. So you know when orientation is there, there is stretching. So it is already expanded. It cannot expand anymore. Therefore, it decreases in the direction parallel to the axis of orientation but increases in the direction parallel to or perpendicular to it. Thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity lambda depends on the transmission of thermal vibrations. It means how much the polymer can conduct the heat and thus travels much more readily along the strong primary covalent bond within the polymer molecule than across. So across means perpendicular. Weak secondary bonds between polymer molecules. Consequently, it increases parallel to the direction of orientation and decreases perpendicular to it. So in this case, it is increasing in the it is like a reverse of thermal expansion, coefficient of thermal expansion. Thermal conductivity increases in the direction parallel to the axis of orientation and decreases perpendicular to it. In general, 3 upon lambda is equals to 1 upon lambda 11 plus 2 upon lambda 1, where lambda is the thermal conductivity and lambda 11 is uh, parallel to the direction of orientation, and lambda 1 is the perpendicular to the direction of orientation. So that is, and in the above case, this alpha 11 is parallel to the axis of orientation, alpha 1 perpendicular to it, and volumetric thermal expansion alpha is alpha. So this is all regarding mechanical and thermal properties. I hope you understand. It's quite easy. You just have to remember certain things, and then you can. So this is the strain and this is the stress. Force per unit area, and this is original change in length upon original length. So this is strain. So this is the effect of orientation upon stress strain behavior of polyethylene fiber. So load extension plots of polyethylene fiber oriented of various extent, then restretched under condition where necking did not occur. So these are like oriented at different levels, so we get such plots. Effect of tensile stress upon submicroscopic flaws in fibers. So here you can see in the oriented one, they don't feel the stretch, the flaws in the fibers. But in the unoriented one, they feel the stretch, okay, in the direction perpendicular to it, unoriented. So here you can see monoaxial orientation of polyethylene terephthalate film. Tenacity increases if this angle, this is the angle between the direction of orientation and the direction of the applied force. So suppose it is 0, that means it is parallel to the direction of applied force, okay, and parallel to the axis of orientation. Then the tenacity is quite high, and as the angle increases, it also the tenacity also decreases. This graph is also quite important, and all these tables I will explain you. You can see monoaxial orientation of polystyrene sheet. Parallel means stress applied parallel to the chain orientation. So this is a higher value, this is a lower value. higher value, lower value, and so on. And why so? Elongation, higher value, lower value, higher value, lower value. Like that. As God impacts strength, high value, lower value, high value, lower value, high value, lower value, like that. So remember this. And as far as uh, mechanical and thermal properties of effect of orientation on mechanical and thermal properties, you should remember all these points. Tenacity means the quality or fact of being able to grip something firmly. Okay, so I hope you understand. Thank you.